How can a capybara just ride on an alligator's back without being eaten? Stick around and I'll have the answer for you. I also have some crazy facts about a lot of animals for you today, so let's go. Have you ever seen the sage grouse? This bird can fill up his large balls with air to attract females. They also kind of sound like a really nervous rubber duck. A frog's eye is sort of like a 360 camera, meaning it can see everything around them, including what is behind them. So if you're ever trying to sneak up to a frog, it wouldn't help to go from behind. To make it just a bit more of a challenge, they also sleep with their eyes completely open. There's only 23,000 lions left in the wild. That number is incredibly low compared to 100 years ago when it was around 200,000. Imagine you cut off your hand just for it to grow right back again. For salamanders, that's actually possible. They have the ability to regenerate entire limbs, tails, spinal cords, and even parts of their hearts and brains. Dolphins sleep with one eye open at all times. Did you know there's a flying frog? Well, at least somewhat. The Wallace's flying frog is almost immune to fall damage. It can glide using its huge feet and slowly go in for landing. Every year, around 6 million antelopes pack up their bags and travel at the same time across the grasslands in South Sudan. Known as the Great Nile Migration, it's a spectacular sight when they're all moving at the same time. The chemical compound, which is used to make fake banana flavor, is the same compound honeybees use as an alarm pheromone. So never eat banana sweets near a beehive, and if you suddenly smell banana near a beehive, run. The western lowland gorilla's scientific name is gorilla. Penguins have a gland above their eye that converts salt water into fresh water, allowing penguins to survive without access to fresh water. The bald eagle's sound is often mixed with the red-tailed hawk. A flamingo filters out its food by eating upside down. At the top of its beak is bristles kinda like a toothbrush, filtering out water, mud and debris from their food. This is a shoebill stork, and it makes one of the more freighting noises in the animal kingdom. The koala may sleep or rest for up to 18 to 20 hours every day while being tucked into the fork of the tree. Their extraordinary sleeping habit is believed to be an adaptation to their leaf-based diet, as they get very little energy from just eating leaves. The duck-billed platypus has no nipples to feed their offspring. Instead, milk oozes from the skin. Incredible as it may seem, the honeybee has 5 eyes. 2 large compound eyes and 3 smaller ocelli eyes in the center of its head. If a hognose snake is threatened, it will puff up and hiss. If this doesn't work, it will flip onto its back and play dead. If you flip him from his back onto his belly, he will flip back over again. Greyhounds are the world's fastest dogs, with the ability to reach up to 45 miles per hour. This bird is flapping its wings in sync with the camera's frame rate, so it looks like it's hovering. Female sloths are literally too lazy to go looking for a mate, so she often sit in a tree and scream until a male hears her and decides to mate with her. Cat whiskers are so sensitive they can detect the slightest change in the air. As sensitive as your fingertips, capable of precisely detecting objects and distances even in the dark. Hippos can't swim. Instead, they sink to the bottom and run along. However, as hippos have lungs just like we do and therefore can't breathe underwater, they can only last about 5 minutes between breaths. The toughest animal in the world has to be tardigrades, often called water bears. These microscopic creatures are probably among the most unbreakable creatures on Earth, able to survive dehydration and temperatures as hot as 150 degrees Celsius or as low as -273 degrees Celsius. The bird with the biggest beak, relative to body size, is the toko toucan, whose gaudy beak accounts for up to 1/3 of its body. This is Ham, the first great ape launched into space, on January 31st, 1961. A flying snake sounds like something out of your nightmares, but it does exist. Although they are technically more gliders than flyers. They can glide for about 100 meters and are the only known limbless vertebrates that can glide through the air. Humans have the ability to pronounce complex speech, thanks to a uniquely shaped voice box, while many animals communicate through sounds. Lemurs get high by licking the toxin from millipedes and appear to have a narcotic effect on the lemurs, causing them to enter an apparently blissful state, which may serve as a reward for the behavior. Pufferfish builds sand sculpture for mating. These circles are constructed in an effort to attract females for copulation. Males must maintain their circles in order to attract a mate. The mimic octopus can impersonate up to 15 different species, like sea snakes and lionfish, by changing its shape, color, and behavior to fool predators and escape. Elephants have extraordinary memories, which is why the phrase "an elephant never forgets" exists. They can remember waterholes, migration routes, and even individual humans for decades. This memory is vital for their survival, especially in harsh environments. Kangaroos are the only large animals that move by hopping, a form of locomotion powered by their incredibly strong legs and elastic tendons. This method is so efficient that kangaroos can travel long distances at speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. Iguanas have a special third eye, called the parietal eye, on top of their heads. While it doesn't see images like their regular eyes, it can detect changes in light and movement, helping them sense predators approaching from above, such as birds of prey. Pallas cats keep their feet warm by standing on their tails. Owls can rotate their heads up to 270 degrees without damaging blood vessels or cutting off blood flow to their brains. Some species of snails can go into hibernation for several years. When environmental conditions become unfavorable, snails can seal themselves inside their shells with a layer of mucus, essentially shutting down until conditions improve. This can help them survive extreme conditions for extended periods. Ducks have the biggest dicks compared to body size. In 2013, a guinea pig suit of armor was sold on eBay for $24,300. Apart from the helmet, the seller made it all himself. The armor had belonged to his guinea pig, Lucky, until sadly it passed away. One of the ultimate survivors, the cockroach, unlike most animals, these survive decapitation as its brain is not actually housed inside its head, but rather inside of its body. Once decapitated, a cockroach will keep on ticking, walking around, going about its business, eventually dying from starvation as it no longer has a mouth to eat with. A sperm whale call is so loud, the sound waves could kill a human if they swam to close. Capybaras are highly social and live in groups of up to 100 individuals, often allowing other animals to share their space due to their calm and cooperative nature. Wombats have cube-shaped poop, which helps prevent it from rolling away. This unique shape is due to their exceptionally slow digestion process and the structure of their intestines. Often called the unicorns of the sea, narwhals have a long spiral tusk that is actually an elongated tooth which can grow up to 10 feet long. Mantis shrimp have the most powerful punch in the animal kingdom. Their claws strike with the speed of a bullet, reaching over 50 miles per hour, creating shockwaves that can stun or kill prey. This punch is so powerful, it can shatter aquarium glass. Some sea turtles, like the leatherback, can dive to depths of over 4,000 feet, deeper than most marine mammals. They achieve this by slowing their heart rate to conserve oxygen and having flexible shells that withstand the immense pressure of the deep ocean. Hope you enjoyed this video. Show it by pressing the like button.